Another packed week, day in the life, summer program. It's been a weird one, you know, like I've been dreading it, frontline youth work again. We've got really interested about this program coming in this week. So we've got so many kids that are going to be in our building over the next few days. This is in partnership with Birmingham City University, Birmingham's Children's Trust, the Be Friends charity, and then we're going to be doing some stuff with Marcus Rashford in conjunction with NatWest, known as the Thrive Programme. So we've got a packed week full of stuff. Today, just waiting for some of the young people to enter into the building. Phil is on their way, some of the staff teams on their way. You'll probably get to meet some of the staff teams, some of our youth volunteers, so that'll be quite cool. Gonna have a coffee, and then ready to start the day. Come on then, Rabbo. So what is it about peer mentoring that attracted you to coming here to be part of this particular program? Your discussion with your group is to talk about yourselves. So you're going to give everybody in your group just a little bit of insight who you are, where you're coming from, a little bit more about yourself. But the most important question that I'm asking, or we are asking, is why? Okay, we're going to go around the room. I'm just interested to hear what some of the conversations were for the group. So I'm not going to go around and listen to every individual's conversation. But what I am interested in is, again, building another skill, is being able to listen. And if I say, well, what was the conversations, that's what I'm more interested in.
You guys to develop some of my knowledge about peer mentoring and possibly help the community in the near future.
Okay. So what was the gist of the conversation, Dante, around the group? So you told me what you want to do, which is perfectly fine, but what was the gist? What was the vibe of what everybody was saying on the group?
Like, do you mean like why people came?
Yeah, why did some of the people in the room say that they came?
Some people said they came because they wanted to just have a challenge for themselves. Yeah. Some people wanted just more knowledge as well. Some people came as well just because their parents said as well, just like to try it out.
When I'm older, I want to be a therapist, so I think it's a good qualification to have to speak.
Okay, what was the gist of the conversation on the table?
Some people wanted to come to socialise or to be a youth worker.
My reason was because it was my dream, and I actually want to make a place for young people when I'm older, so they can chill, not stress out, get all their problems away, just socialise.
I think it's really important that we get to learn and hear what people's stories are, because sometimes you're sitting next to a person and you don't even know how much you can learn from a person. And when we think about the role of being a peer mentor, this is what it's all about. Challenging yourself. So I really liked for those that said in the room that they come here for a challenge, they come here to learn, they come here to develop their skills, and maybe, just maybe, at some point when you get older, you're like, you know what, I want to be kind of like what some of these individuals were in the room, and 10 times better.
So my name is Eva, and I'm 14. And the peer mentoring course, I found it really informative and really helpful. And it taught a lot of skills that I can take back to school and just in life and further on.
I think it's been good so far, and I've learnt that people come from different places and I mix with different people, and it helps me understand where people come from.
My name is Jermaine, I'm 17 years old, and how I found Solve, I found it through up by the lighthouse. I got forwarded over and got recommended to come down to the university to check out what Solve's got, and so far so good. I've loved it, it's been a very good experience.
It is considered formal education. Why? Because you go into a classroom, you meet a teacher, you follow a particular curriculum in a particular type of way, and that's it. So informal education is a total opposite. So you're still learning, but you're also potentially having fun at the same time. You're all learning, but in a different type of way. And this is what mentoring is also ultimately all about. This is what youth work is ultimately all about. So we are educators in the same way in the teachers are at school.
Yeah, I think this is a very good program for kids because it's teaching kids certain skills, life skills that they won't learn necessarily at school. Just having positive black role models around them. Like obviously Craig, I know him personally, and I know the work that he does in the community and stuff, and I know the things that he knows to pass down to the younger generation will be very beneficial towards them.
I think it's good for them to get them to do something different other than just playing out. And I think, yeah, that's all they kind of want to do nowadays, is just meet up with their friends and hang around on the street. It's good for them to do something constructive, and they learn good things and beneficial things as well.
I'm Dr. Sangeeta Soni, and I'm the course leader here at BCU for the Youth Work and Communities programme, which is a professionally qualifying programme. This partnership with Solve has been really important for us because it's meant that young people, perhaps who've never been to a university setting, have had the opportunity to come here and witness and be part of a really exciting programme, which means that, as far as I'm concerned, it would help to perhaps raise aspirations for them. Secondly, Solve is also a member of our Employers Forum here as part of the course, and we've had a couple of our students on placement with Solve, so that's been a really good experience for them. And it's also meant that, you know, as part of the Employers Forum, we've been able to actually cement our working with employers through the work that we've just done with Solve. It's really also been wonderful today, particularly, to see parents come on site, because they've come to sort of witness their children and their nephews and nieces gain an attendance certificate through their participation in this programme. And it's been really great to see them and to be able to host them here too at BCU.
Similar height. Similar height. Neck and below, you're out. If you get it in your head, you're not out.
Hi, my name's Isha Sawyers. I'm a sports coach / youth worker for Solve and Birmingham City FC. So what I've got planned this week is to basically have a part of the day to allow the kids to become engaged and get them off their feet, moving around, doing different types of activities, different sports, getting them competing with each other against partners, friends, and then getting them used to working with people they've not worked with before. I'm looking forward to the end of the week trip because we're going to be taking all of the kids to Drayton Manor. I'm not a big fan of rides personally myself, but I'm hoping to enjoy it.
What are we doing today? So today we are running our Thrive program in partnership with NatWest and Marcus Ratchford, supported by the National Youth Agency, and we are going to be rolling out a series of financial literacy workshops with some young people, getting them to think about money, getting them to think about saving, getting them to think about credit. You know, there's loads of conversations that are taking place at the minute around things like recession, inflation, and what does this mean in relation to young people? What does this mean in context to how they're living? Talking about issues around poverty, talking about issues around social deprivation, talking about their chances, talking about their choices, but making it fun in an informal way. I'm just really excited to see some of the workshops that are coming today, so come along, let's see what we're going to be doing.
I think it is very beneficial for the kids just to hear it from other people away from their parents, really. Speaking to my child, it seems the information what he got over the past couple of days, it just embeds really well with him, and it's a very good talking point really for us as a family, really, just to chat to him and get him to understand what's going on in the world around him, really.
I think because it gives them an opportunity, firstly, to meet other young people that they probably haven't met before, who might be at different ages, different areas, but also because of the content. So I think they've learned a lot. What I've sat in and listened to, they've learned a lot about the real issues which young people are facing in the community and how to support each other through that.
One, two, one, two. Oh, looks like Dad's got the tenner. Give me one. Give me one. Give me two.
We're going to split the kids into separate groups, preferably with the kids that they don't normally know, so they can get familiar with each other. but we're going to send them around 5 different scenarios. We've got pre-written out scenarios, different challenges to get them thinking about financial situations that are real, that people are finding themselves in, especially in today's economy. They're going to be thinking about what things they'd have to use money on, how they'd have to be clever with money, potential businesses that they'd have to start up and how they'd go about doing so.
It's more about getting you all to think about saving. It's one of the biggest things that I realise and recognise, that lots of young people, when they get money, what's the first thing that people do? Spend it.
You're creating your own brand. Do you understand the cost of logos, printing?
Yes, I know someone. You can
think about the money you're working with. That is not a £50 job. So
we almost completed our summer programme 2022. I'm not going to lie to you, I am tired. I think I enjoyed probably the last day the best, even though we're going to go on a fun activity tomorrow at Drayton Manor, but I think I've really enjoyed today because we've done 2 things. Number one, getting young people to kind of recognise some of their life choices and how a simple life choice can cause a situation where things can impact them later on in life. So we were talking things like exploitation, we're talking about things like children's mental health, we're talking about emotional well-being, we're talking about things like knife crime, gun crime, entrepreneurship, dreaming big, having massive visions. And then we went into a session that really kind of looked at financial literacy, and that's what Alternative Routes is ultimately all about, getting them to think about alternative routes, alternative ways in order for them to kind of make money, to utilise money and not have to always do it in illegitimate ways in which oftentimes they see on social media, and oftentimes they see in films, games, music, and sometimes what they might see in the community. So I really enjoyed today. Tomorrow is going to be another massive big day, which I'm really excited for, but also going to be very nervous carrying a massive group to Drayton Manor Park. But I'm sure it'll be fun, and whether I'm going to go on some rides or not, I don't know. But that's me, day in the life. So